Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the player ratings for the game between the Pies and the Ds. Good morning to everyone that is a Port Adelaide fan and a Collingwood fan. Everyone else can simply go and get fucked. Thank you, Port. I say it again and again. The stars aligned last night. They did us a massive favour. The most emotional side in the AFL proved to sting again with that emotion for Ken. So congratulations, Ken. Congratulations, Travis Boak, on outstanding careers in their own domains. And maybe we haven't seen the last of Ken Hinkley. On our game last night, a roller coaster of emotions. Started the game, we kick a couple quick goals. We go, all right, this is exactly the start. All right, hold on. Maybe we just might be onto something here. And what do we want? What? Set first quarter time where we're 2 goals 5 and the D's are 3 goals or 4 goals 1. And you go, shit. Here we go again. It's the CJ GTA meme. And you go, what's it gonna take? And you just, I don't know about you guys, but there was this vibe where you knew you had to tell yourself at halftime, you can't be barracking for a 40, 50, 60 point win anymore. Even earlier than that. You, as a fan, need to understand, as we all do, Collingwood don't win by large margins over the last 10 years, whatever it may be, even longer perhaps. So, just barrack for the win. Don't get greedy. And let the results be. If Gold Coast slip, which they did, if Hawthorn potentially beat Brisbane, which we'll see, these are the other variables that we didn't really have control over, and we needed that to play out. So first quarter, 2 goals 7 to 3 goals 0. D's favour. You know, there was one side, I forget which side it was the Collingwood cheer squad side. That was the goal scoring end. That was the goal scoring. I don't know what it was about. What its deal was, but the goals mainly came on that end. So that was an observation of mine, being just right next to the cheer squad. So, shall we talk about some players? I think we just have to start with the Billy Goat. The Billy Goat. This guy is going to be critical in the final series, especially if Jeremy Howe isn't available. Now, pending the scans and the outcome with that for Howie, he could potentially be back for week 1. But with the recurring groin, you do have to look at it glass half empty, pessimistically, not as hopeful when it's recurring at his age. You just go, sounds like he just needs the off season. But if Howie's available, of course, he's going to be in our side. He makes us walk that little bit taller. But Billy Frampton, after the game he had against Stilthorpe, it was good to see Frampton come into the game and go, you know what, I'm going to build on that. And Melbourne don't have many threats inside forward 50. I'm gonna prove that last week wasn't a fluke, and his season hasn't been a fluke. 6 intercept marks, 4 contested marks, 9 intercept possessions, which was an equal game high, along with Stephen May, who did a very good job on Jamie Elliott. Now, the ball movement dictated the outcome of those contests at times, with the ball sitting on Jamie Elliott's head. I mean, Stephen May's towering over him, so he's going to win most of those contests. Frampton also had 12 touches, 6 contested possessions. Just looks confident. Like, even in moments when the game was in open play, he did well when the ball was transitioned quickly from end to end for the Ds. And it happened a lot. I mean, what they end up scoring? Maybe I'll get this up, guys. What they end up scoring from the defensive half. There you go. So 41. Like, that's an elite number. This is the number I crave, guys. Like these turnover numbers are good, of course. This is subpar, but 3 goals, 8 tells a large story. But it's this one, guys. The 2022-2023 Pies were the best ball movement side from defensive half. Where has this gone? That is the question we need to fix. And why does it take us to late in the last quarter against Adelaide to go full rocker? Why does it take Scott Pendlebury to fucking get off his geriatric wheelchair and show the way, pave the way, be the man who says, hey, I've got the biggest balls on this field right now. I'm going to show you what it takes from the back half to do what we need to do. So how do we rectify that? Do we play Pendlebury more in the middle and then split it into the back line and get Josh Dacos to rotate through there? It's a tough rotation, mid to back, back to mid, but maybe that's what's necessary. So for Billy Frampton, also the highest rated player for the Pies, definitely going to get coaches' votes. You would think he gets coaches' votes. I'm going to give Billy Frampton an 8.5 out of 10. I mean, maybe it should be 9. The game doesn't get much better than that. Game high intercept possessions, 6 intercept marks, 4 of them contested. I'm keen to slap a 9 on him. I'll give him a 9. Absolutely. Great effort. And we're talking into the Pendlebury game, right? 21 touches. It was all about that fourth quarter. What do you have? You had 8 touches, all at 100% efficiency, 2 score involvements from your back half. Players are lucky to have 3 or 4 score involvements from the back half as a defender. I mean, if we go to the lowest players here, you got players like Quaynor, Frampton, Darcy Moore, Perryman, Steele, all had less than 2, and then you even throw in a couple of the D's defenders to have 2 score involvements in a quarter from your back half. And he would have had a goal assist early in the game when he kicked it to Beau Beau kicked it to Sidey. That's the one. Okay, so in the end, he finishes with 21 touches, 6 score involvements, 2 goal assists. Spends 65% of his time in the midfield. I'd be curious to see how we approach that SP10 off the half back line. Curious. 6 intercept possessions. He took an intercept mark as well, didn't he? He took 2. So it's just 37. Should we really be not that we're asking of these performances from Pendles. We are more than comfortable for Pendlebury to play a role, but he's so much more than that, and he continues to remind us that he can still be this guy. And he's had games like that. Like this season, he just continues to have games where he just goes, yeah, I'm him. I'm still him. 37, but I'm still him. I get the game. So we'll give Pendlebury a 8 out of 10. Now, remember, the player rating is always relative to their standards. So, I mean, that's not a SP 10 out of 10, is it? It's definitely just an SP 8 out of 10, okay? Even though he was very, very crucial. Let's go next. Let's go Beau McCreery. He scared me. He scared me at 3/4 time doing that fitness test and being at the ground. There's no commentators, so we thought he was cooked. Anyhow, 18 touches, 8 score involvements. Funnily enough, just the 1 tackle, which is definitely not a Beau McCreery profile, and spent limited time in the midfield, which you don't mind because I feel like it's the centre bounces that really add the load, the overloading to his hamstrings. At least that's what I'm seeing. Whenever he plays more midfield time, he gets cooked. So I'm happy with living on the safe side for Beau McCreery, at least until we get to the finals. Now we get a much needed 1 week break, and maybe we can have Beau McCreery there back at 20, 30, 40% where it's been at different periods throughout the season. But even the fourth quarter for Beau McCreery, he was crucial. He was really crucial. I should have my phone. I mean, that's okay. We're gonna have to work with it. But Beau, with the ball in hand this year, has really improved significantly. Like he would kicked the biggest mongrels last season, and not saying he doesn't do that this season, but whether it's the cleanest thing going inside 50, it seems like when Beau has the ball, he's able to find something. He was able to lower the eyes in that fourth quarter, find Jamie Elliott leading into the pocket, and Elliott kicks the goal there. Just the one shot on target, but once again, is that what you're asking for from Beau McCreery? I would say, look at this, and that's all you need to see. I said one tackle. It is one tackle. 8 score involvements, 2 goal assists, and 3 score launches, which can only mean that Beau McCreery was imposing himself in the forward half and applying the turnover, earning the turnover. So I think Beau, 18 touches would have to be top 5 most disposals accumulated in his career. Let's have a suss. Yeah, it is. It's the second most. So that's a really big tick for Beau McCreery. And I mean, they are the numbers, but I'm sure we all rated his game very highly. And while we didn't have a bunch of tackles, we can forgive him given right there, 15 tackles against Freo. Like, he's just a tackling machine. So we'll give Beau, relative to his standard, I think that's an 8 out of 10. It's a massive game. But was there a game more important? Was there a game that we needed to see from a certain player more than Jordan De Goey? 26 touches, 11 contested possessions, 6 clearances, and a goal to go along with 8 score involvements. And what were we willing to accept from a Jordan De Goey performance last night? What did we want? Did we want De Goey to get 20-1, 15-3? I don't know. Nobody would have thought we were set for a 26-1 Jordan De Goey performance heading into the pre-finals bye. That is going to do a world of good. 65% midfield time as well, by the way. That is his most for the season. I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look here. It is. So let's have a look how they managed it. Early in the season, cooked. Didn't really have it, yeah. Okay. 21, 46%. 25, 55%. And 65% last night. In 2024, did he get that much? When was the last time he had that much? Okay, so late in the season as well, in 2024. That was a Carlton game, wasn't it? Hawthorn. Okay. Never mind. But point is, that's a season high amount of time spent in the midfield, and he was able to score. He was able to score assist, and he was just clean in the contest, which is what you love the most. He was clean, and then he was also ramming through the contest. So you get the best of both worlds with Pendles. There's De Goey. I was thinking Pendles because I was about to say polish, and Pendles and polish are quite simply synonymous, aren't they? So there's a great deal of polish with De Goey's game, but there's also that bruteness about him, and it's just it's a nice blend. It's a nice composition that you want in your midfield mix, to have someone who has clean hands, who can take it with one grab inside that stoppage and feed it out, but can also go, you know what? I'm taking this and no one's getting me. I'm powering through my hips. I'm just getting through this pack, and that's what will be. With the aftermath, I'll be leaving people in my wake. That's what he's done. De Goey, that's an 8.5 out of 10. Just big moments late in the season. We're unsure if he's going to be the man that he once was. I think that's a real positive step. And he gets a week off now. How good? How good is that? Right? How good is that? Shall we do one more? Who is springing out of the paper here? I mean, Rowan Steele was kind of quiet. So, I mean, do they drop him? Do they keep him in the side? I don't know. Darcy Moore, pretty quiet. But Billy Frampton, the GOAT. Maybe McStay. McStay has definitely been a strong talking point, hasn't he? What does he finish with? 9 touches. He only spent 15% of his time in the ruck, and Darcy Cameron over the last few weeks has been spending more time in the ruck. I think 85% matching Max Gawn last night for DC. He had 3 shots 1 goal, 1 behind, 4 score involvements, 4 tackles. I mean, look, again, he's obviously trying hard, but he's completely bereft of any confidence, devoid of any confidence, and you can feel it. Like there's just murmurs and anxiety that festers around the grounds, and he feels it. But at the end of the day, McStay, you've got to have moments like you did in that last quarter where you take that big mark and you kick that goal. And all is forgiven for now. Guess what? First week of finals, you're going to be playing. I don't think Fly's dropping you. So here's your chance. Be you. Do your thing. Fly. Catch them. You probably had your worst game against the Crows in tough conditions. Fair enough. But looks like there's every chance we're heading back there. So here's a chance to seek vengeance against this side. Vindicate yourself. This is when you came alive in 2023 in the final series. You were massive against GWS. So while you're only going to get a 4 out of 10 for this rating, and by God, that goal and that mark saves your rating and probably saves your spot in the team. But you go do your thing now in the final series. You get your confidence right, and the only way you can get your confidence right is have good moments. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around for this player ratings. Guys, we are streaming every day of the week, 6 p.m. during the weekdays, weekends, sometimes different, sometimes not. Tonight will be no exception, 6 p.m. If you want to stay up to date, if you want to chew the fat and talk absolute garbage with us at Pies Footy, be sure to subscribe and stick around for any live stream on every single day. Thank you for watching, and as always, go Pies.